Jacob says, full support, hashtag Jacob Love. We got Austin here as well. Sorry I'm late, guys. I had the time set for 1. I was doing a little bit of cleaning. All right. What's up, Austin? So I hope everyone's having a good day. It's Thursday. We're coming into the end of the week. So I hope everyone's having a good day. Sorry. It's Thursday. We're coming into... That was me, obviously. It's my page coming up. Here we go. So, sorry, I'm off to a slow start and I'm stumbling about. It happens from time to time. We'll see if anyone shows up for today. As I mentioned, it's Thursday, coming up to the end of the week. Weekend's coming up. I hope everyone has some good plans. What's new, Austin? And what's new, Jacob? Appreciate you guys stopping in. Been thinking about my channel. What I want to do, with it. Do I want to do anything with it? Thinking about other people's channels. I always like thinking about other people's channels. Austin says, how is everyone doing today? Doing pretty good, Austin. I like thinking about other people's channels as in, one, I'm awful glad that people are being creative, that they're doing, hey Skits, they're doing the thing that makes them happy. They're putting out whatever it is that inspires them, even if it's only in a really small way. I absolutely love that. And if I can help in any way, I certainly want to be able to. I certainly do want to help. But yesterday I talked quite a bit about my dad. It's 30th anniversary of his death. I'd like to say it hit me pretty hard, but that would sort of imply that I go through a lot of my days without, sorry guys, my eyes are already tearing up. That would sort of imply that I go through a lot of my days where it doesn't hit me. Honestly, 3 days, it just hits hard every day. For lots of reasons, one of which is being a caregiver. I was a caregiver with my father for my mom, who had Alzheimer's for almost a decade before she passed away. Jacob, thank you, my friend. I appreciate you saying that so much. Let's see. Austin drops, hey, Austin, thank you. Austin drops a link for Skits as well as for Jacob. Awful kind of you. And Jacob returns the favor. Austin drops his link, which I always love seeing. I want you guys to share everything you're doing, absolutely across the board. Definitely here to support you guys. So yeah, working side by side with my dad, taking care of my mom. And then when she passed away, I was his caregiver. At the end of his life, I was his critical caregiver, which is, man, two things. I hope you never have to do it. But if you do, you're going to find it the most rewarding as well as the most heartbreaking thing that you ever do at once. Don't deny heartbreak. A lot of people go through life trying to avoid it. I don't want to love again. I don't want to do this again. Hey, I'm even doing it with my dogs. My dogs passed away 2018, 2019. I haven't been able to get another dog. I would right now, except I have 2 cats. Old. I adopted them when they were 10. Had them for 2 years. They would not take well to it. I think when you have 2 senior cats that you adopted, it doesn't help to introduce change in their lives. Let's see. Skid says, God bless you, Eric. Sending on my love, brother. My father sadly no longer with us either. Just know that you are loved ones, always watching. He will be super proud of you, brother. Thank you, Skits. I appreciate hearing that. In a real physical sense, um, they're always, always, always with us. If you think about it, and let's talk about it in a quantum physics sense, every particle that made up my father is still in existence right now, and it's making up perhaps a tip of a leaf, the tip of an autumn leaf falling into the ground, becoming the ground again, meaning I can find my dad everywhere. Everywhere. Every single particle of my grandfather, of my great grandfather, of Michelangelo, of Elvis Presley, is still in existence, becoming something right now. So there's no ceasing. No one ever ceases. They revert back into the everythingness. Skit says, thanks, Brother Austin. It's going. Hope you're okay, brother. Nightmare says, don't worry, guys. I'm here. Stay calm. Finally. I don't know what I was going to do. Another minute without Nightmare being here, I might have ended the channel. It might have ended the live stream, for sure. Jacob says, this is just channel to support and help others connect. Show love. Dottie says, hey, everyone. Listening for a while. I'll be with you soon. Take your time, Dottie. We get some laughing from Nightmare. Luke says, hey, Luke, how are you? I think you have a huge butterfly effect with your lives. I agree. Absolutely. Nightmare says, do I sense sarcasm? From me? Absolutely not, my friend. I am nothing if not 100% sincere. Sometimes I'm sincere in my sarcasm. Sometimes my sarcasm is sincere. But still, who says, I know they felt me? Me too. Dottie says, okay, I've got wombats to sort out. Well, definitely get them sorted out before you come here. Although yesterday, under much consideration, we declared that this is no longer a wombat-free zone. We are now welcoming all wombats into the neighborhood. Would make Mr. Rogers proud. Skit says, this sounds weird, but every time a spider visits me in my apartment, I imagine it's my father in spider form. Who's to say? Who's to say it isn't? Skit says, wombats, and he's laughing. Jacob says, hey, Brother Luke. Nightmare says hi to Skits and to Jacob. So, so after being the caregiver, well, first I was talking about heartbreak. Don't shy away from heartbreak. It's part of life. Leonard Cohen, the great songwriter, has a wonderful line in his song Anthems. Everything has a crack in it because that's how the light gets in. The heart was meant to be open because then you can realize your own inherent spaciousness. That you are literally space, capacity for everything to occur within. So, again, the heart's supposed to be broken in every way imaginable. Don't shy away from it. Don't shy away from pain. Don't shy away from sorrow. Don't shy away from grief. Rumi. Let's bring this up real quick. Rumi, the great Persian poet. In his poem, Love Dogs, I absolutely love the poem, Love Dogs. I don't think I'll read the whole thing, but we'll read part of it. No, you know what? I read the whole things. You guys have put up with worse for me before. Here's some Sufi poetry from the great Saint Rumi. One night a man was crying, Allah, Allah. His lips grew sweet, sweet from the phrasing. Until a cynic said, so, I have heard you calling out, but have you ever gotten any response? The man had no answer to that. He quit praying and fell into a confused sleep. He dreamed he saw Kadir, the guide of souls, in a thick green foliage. Why did he stop praising? Because they never heard anything back. This longing you express is the return message. The grief you cry out from draws you towards union. Your pure sadness that wants help is the secret cup. Listen to the moan of a dog for its master. That whining is the connection. There are love dogs no one knows the name of. Give your life to be one of them. Man. So it's a poem. A man who would praise God, just Allah, for the sake of praise itself, for the sake of thankfulness, of existence. You wake up to a world created perfectly in order for your existence. You don't have to ask for any of it. You don't have to ask for the sun to be the perfect distance. You don't have to ask for rain clouds. You don't have to ask for trees. You don't even have to ask for the perfect atmosphere to take a breath. It's all there, ready for you. So this man would just praise, go through life praising, until someone said, hey, you've never gotten an answer. God's never responded. The man got depressed and he quit praying until he saw Kadir, who was the Sufi guide of souls. And he explained to him, the longing that we express is the return message. The prayer itself is the return message. We can think of our breath as being a prayer. Every out-breath is a prayer of thanks. And guess what? We receive an in-breath immediately after. The prayer is the answer. The answer is the prayer. But he goes on and says, your pure sadness that wants help is a secret cup. It's our sadness that allows us to love deeply. If it wasn't for that sadness and someone left us or someone passed away or whatever, would we even recognize that such a momental passing happened? And the grief you cry out from draws you towards union. Grieving. If you haven't grieved yet, you will. It's part of life. Grieving isn't suffering. Grieving is love and loss and experience, all of it mixed together. And it's wonderful. If you didn't love, you would never grieve. However, we add suffering into the mix when we don't want to grieve, when we say, this is an uncomfortable foreign feeling to me and I don't like it and I don't want it. Imagine if you embrace it. If you just embraced it. All right, sorry guys. I am way behind. Luke says, hello, good man, Jacob. Nightmare says, thank you, Jacob, my friend. Scott says, hi to Luke. Nightmare says, so true, Eric. I feel like we ask for too much sometimes. Everything was already made for us to survive here on this planet and thrive also. Absolutely. Everything in perfect order. But that's the thing. We also want to love without grieving. We want to love without heartbreak. We want to have relationships without taking a chance. Because we're separating things. If we realize that grieving is a natural process of loving what is in a specific form to now loving what is everything that is without a specific form but is still here. Still here. When we know that, grief becomes something different. Grief becomes a celebration of all that is and all that can become and all that changes. But it's never about what was lost. Because if something changes form, does that mean you lost what it was? All you lost was form. You lost specifics. Now you have everything. Now you're truly loving from the heart. Skeeter says, everyone cheers. Yogi brother. Skeeter, what time are we going live tonight? Skeeter says, thanks, brother. Drops the link for, let's see, for Jacob. Thanks. Daddy says, back and you have my full attention. So here's what I was grieving when my father passed away 3 years ago, as of yesterday. Of course, I was grieving the loss of my father. To be a caregiver for my father for several years, to be put in a position where I had to be a critical caregiver, which was beyond my capabilities at the present, what I thought. How could I do that? How could I make life and death decisions for the person that I cared most about? And being so full of doubt. What if I made a mistake? My father had ultimate faith in me. I was the one. I was the youngest. I wasn't supposed to be doing this. I was the one that he wanted. I had a heart connection with my father. Let's see. Skip says, hey to Skeeter. Jacob says, thank you, brother Skeeter. 7 p.m. Guys, I hope you hang out with Skeeter. Skeeter and Mrs. Skeeter. Daddy says, Jacob and Skeeter started following you. Started following you, nothing. Skeeter says, going back to Lake Glory. Oh, sorry, not sure why nothing came up. Interesting. I don't know. So, yeah, I was mourning my father. I was mourning the loss of my father in physical form. However, here's what I noticed as the days and the weeks and then the months started to unfold. I was mourning the loss of an identity as well. Caregiver. I had someone to give attention and care to. It was a job I took very seriously. There was no relief when it was over. What does a caregiver do? I've mentioned this before. What does a caregiver do when the single person that was the focus of all that care is no longer in present form? What do? The answer to me was I remain a caregiver, but now I have more people to care for. Now I have everyone who comes into contact with me to care for. Every single person that comes into this live stream, no matter what you bring to me, I care for you. I'll do what I can for you. Maybe it'll be a little bit, maybe it'll be a lot. Let's see. Skeeter says, awesome, thanks. Jacob says, this is just my channel to support others, Sister Daddy. Daddy says, I'm on predictive, I think. Auto predictive text, maybe, Daddy. Gotcha. Nightmare says, I feel like I've saved the stream. Matter of fact, I might have saved YouTube, but no doubt. No doubt, Nightmare. YouTube was going under before you showed up. Skeeter says, fishing is so relaxing to me. You know what, Skeeter? Watching you and Mrs. Skeeter fish is relaxing to me. Watching Bob fish, watching Stuart tie ties, watching ATC pan for gold. I've yet to catch him fishing, but I'm looking forward to it. Eric says, Eric Point says, hey, Yogi in chat. Skeeter waves at Eric. Nightmare says, I agree, Eric. So, after my father passed, I decided the one consistent thing in my life, meditating, yoga, breath work, talking about it in all its various forms. What a better way, is there a better way, than to care for more people by teaching them meditation, teaching them breath work, teaching them how to navigate through grief, how to navigate through anxiety, panic attacks, sleep disorders, all across the board. That's what I decided to do. But you know what? I'm not a businessman. I couldn't start a meditation business or a breathwork business. I learned how to do it. I couldn't do it. Drove Mocha crazy. She was like, "So, did you get paid?" And I was like, "No, they're having a bit of a hard time. I couldn't bring myself to charge. So I'm not going to make a living as a meditation teacher or a breathwork coach." I did, however, stumble upon uh, my own YouTube channel, thanks to some good friends that we know, Paul from Oregon, for one. And what a perfect opportunity. Now I get to talk about all the stuff I love to talk about. I get to be a caregiver. And if you show up here on this live stream, if I know you from somewhere on YouTube, I care about you. Doesn't mean I'm going to say, hey, you need to learn how to meditate. You need to learn how to do breath work. It means, what can I do to help you? There is a prayer in A Course in Miracles that I read just about every day. I try to read it before I do a live stream. You can change the word, I mentioned this yesterday, you can change the word he to the Tao, to Krishna, to she, to love, to the universe. It doesn't matter. I am here only to be truly helpful. I am here to represent him who sent me. You do not have to worry about what to say or what to do, because he who sent me will direct me. I am content to be wherever he wishes, knowing he goes there with me. I will be healed as I let him teach me to heal. That's what we're here. We're here to heal. If you're in this live stream for whatever reason you might not even recognize now, you are here to heal, and you're here to teach me how to heal. And I'm here to teach you how to heal. It reminds me of what Ram Dass said when he was asked, what's the purpose of life? What's the meaning? And everyone was expecting this great yogic answer. Ram Dass was a great yogi after all. And after he thought about it, and he said, we're all here just to walk each other home. You guys are here to walk me home. Hopefully I can return the favor. Walk you guys home. Hey, Roger. Nice to see you, my friend. Skeeta says 100% supportive, awesome community we have going on. We certainly do. All right, guys. Hope I didn't bore you. Just some stuff that's been on my mind I thought I would talk about. Now, having said that, all that other stuff, I still teach meditation and breath work, and I largely do it for free or for donations. Anyone wants to learn, let me know. Happy to help. Roger says, also, sir, thanks for being here and sharing this strong message. Thank you, Roger. I appreciate you saying that, my friend. Just give me a second, guys. But you know, I don't want to limit things to Roger. It has occurred to me that I am not subscribed to you, but I'm going to fix that. Taken care of. So, you know, not exclusively meditation or breath work. What do you guys, I talk about this quite often too, what do you guys want to do with your channel? And how can we help each other? One of my great realizations today, looking at some people's channels and realizing, man, I am far from a polished channel. This is a rinky-dink situation, guys. I do whatever thumbnail YouTube gives me. I barely know how to use hashtags. I almost never leave a description, at least not one that matters. I think my favorite description is, this is what I'm posting. This is what I'm posting. Enjoy. Let's see. Jacob says, I share your live stream out, brother Mr. Yogi. Thank you, Jacob. I appreciate that. Hey, Maui. Maui, how many days have you been moderator, my friend? Roger says, thank you, Dottie. So, man, I'm not going to be that big polished YouTube channel, which is probably going to limit what I do. I'm pretty fortunate that I got 6,000. I got 6,000 because last week I showed up. Was it last week? I think it was. I showed up at the right place at the right time. If you hang out with Goga on his live stream, it is always the right place at the right time because it's a beautiful channel. It's a fun place to hang out with, and he's just a sincere, loving, kind-hearted person. But man, I showed up, and he turned out in full force and said, hey, Eric McCarty is only 20 subs away from 6,000. Let's see what we can do for him. And everyone came by, and people who didn't know me, and they subbed, and they got me to over 6. So yeah, I'm really fortunate to have 6. I think in time, maybe in a year, who knows, I might be able to get a 10,000 channel. I don't perceive, but who knows? I don't perceive ever being much bigger than that. But you know that prayer that I just read? I go where I'm sent. I do what I do. That's enough. I'll take what happens, and I'll be happy. When you let go of all that other stuff, you're at the right place at the right time, just like with Goga. Hey, Roger, thank you so much, my friend. That is much appreciated. Eric Point says, nice, very nice. So anyway, the reason why I'm talking about the channels is, once again, what do you guys want to do with your channel? And what can we do to help? Daddy says, I'm sure you will grow even more, Eric. You are a humble fella, and I love coming here. I'll be honest with you. I think Dottie comes here for the wombat drama. She's here for the wombat drama. I know it. I've long suspected it. Thank you so much for those words, Dottie. Not speaking of wombats, but although we're never far away from speaking about wombats. I blame Mocha McCarty for that, by the way. I blame Master Sergeant Mocha McCarty. Dottie's laughing. Says you're probably right. See that? See what you did, Dottie? Code 1 from Eric Lapointe. He is ready to strike. Thanks for dropping Austin's link, Jacob. So you know what? Well, let me piggyback on something we were talking about. Drama. Wombat drama. When I first started doing lives, well, I was doing them for a bit. I started getting a bit of reputation. It seemed people were telling me in other live streams that my channel was full of drama. Not me personally. You know, we don't talk about other channels, but there was stuff going on. And I thought about that. You know what? They're absolutely right. I'm not ever going to be a channel that avoids drama. I'm not going to do the hang your drama outside the door before you come in. I don't know what's going to happen. Don't know at all. Don't care what's going to happen. I want everyone to feel safe here, but sometimes, you know, it was on David Letterman in the 1990s, and Mr. Rogers, Fred Rogers, was on, and the whole audience was in awe. You got to be in awe of Mr. Rogers as a man. And David said, think it was David Letterman, almost positive. What do you tell kids when bad things happen? You can't always be positive all the time. When something bad happens, what do you tell kids? And he thought about it, very reflective. And he said, I simply tell them, sometimes things go wrong in the neighborhood. I love that. Sometimes things go wrong in the neighborhood. That should be what's pinned on my channel. Sometimes things goes wrong in the live stream. You know, sometimes people don't get along. Sometimes one person comes in here with the sole intent of messing things up for everyone. But you know what? We go on, and the next day, it's a different live stream. It's fresh. We don't have to carry the memory of one event to the other. Not in everything. Let's see. Skit says, I think I realized today I don't have enough confidence to do YouTube anymore, if I'm completely honest. Well, what do you think? Is it something that you want to do, though? If it's not something that you really, really want to do, then I can understand not doing it. But if it's just a matter of confidence, once you do it, your confidence builds up. Man, I'm the most unlikeliest of live streamers ever. I stumble over every other word. You guys might not realize it. I'm bald and I wear glasses. I'm technically deficient. I don't come in here with anything in particular to talk about and start talking. And yet I show up every day, and sometimes a little bit of magic happens. And by magic, I mean we all start laughing. Like just a few minutes ago with Code 1. Code 1. Hey, Squirrel Sniper. Greetings, beautiful souls from across the pond, but under the same skies. Daddy says it's very hard skits. Daddy says, hey to Squirrel, as says Eric Point. And Skit says, it is Daddy, I agree. I'm just embarrassing myself at this point. But Skits, you got a beautiful message. You're a talented musician. Everything that you've put up, I've absolutely loved. So if you can do it on YouTube, you can also do it anywhere. This is a place to gain confidence. Nightmare says, I've seen the most awkward live streamers look comfortable. After a few streams, the trolls help, believe it or not. I agree. For me, I decided, you know what, a long time ago, to embrace my awkwardness. Here's what gives me confidence in my awkwardness. I have a hot ex-wife who still loves me. Game over, guys. A hot ex-wife who still loves me. Through all my awkwardness. And she's put up with it for 22 years, almost 23 years. Puts me in the winner column every time I think about it. You know, here's another thing that gives me confidence in my awkwardness, that on day 6 of creation, according to Genesis, I'm not a Bible person, so I'm not going to be Bible thumping. I do like making biblical references when they occur to me. On the 6th day, God looked around at all that he created and declared that it was good. That includes me. That includes Skits, Nightmare. It even includes Eric Lapointe. I'm almost certain, though, that maybe Runner Boy might have been excluded. God might have shook his head and said, I got to think about that boy. Not 100% sure. I'm going to stick with the Wombats. I'm going to stick with Eric Lapointe, but I got to question that Runner Boy. Just my thoughts on the matter. Krishnan says, Namaste, Eric. Namaste, my friend. Nightmare says, Eric is a woman's man. Huh, I see you. Well, I don't like to brag. Hey, if you're lucky enough to have one woman love you, or lucky enough to have one man love you, let's see. Skid says, I think this has been a problem for years. I always think what others think about me. Having anxiety, that makes me think, do they think I'm soft because I have anxiety? And then I get angry. Hey, I've shared quite a bit of my own travels through angst, anxiety, panic attacks, insomnia, skits. Here's the amazing thing. All of that is a thought in your head. It's just a thought. In the absence of that particular thought, Skits, who would you be? I'm not saying to change your thoughts or to change your mind or anything, but just consider, in the absence of the thought that you just wrote, who would you be? If that thought didn't even exist, if your mind was empty and was incapable of having that thought, who would you be? Sniper says, yeah, that 6th day lasted 1,000 years too, Eric. That was a good day. Man, a good day for 1,000 years. I'm going to say it was an awesome day. It might be the best day ever. Anyone wants to argue that, here's my question for you. When was the last time you created a universe in 6 days? Come back to me with that, and then we can talk. In that 6 days, guy created the wombat and said, it'll do. I've done better. It's no giraffe. It's no hippopotamus. I don't know, guys. I have absolutely nothing against wombats. But Mocha brought it into the conversation. I was in a contrary mood, so I had to go after wombats. Let's see. Roger says, I'm a traumatic brain injury coma survivor. I have chronic depression. I am homeless and on drugs for 8 years. I was homeless. We strive to do the next right thing. I'm going to pause for a second. We strive to do the next right thing. I love that. A man among men trying to help the next guy be well. Roger, that was absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Skit says, thanks, Dottie. Much love, my friend. I hope your channel gets 500 to 5,000. I agree. I love Dottie. I love Dottie's channel. Speaking of which, is anywhere not subscribed to Dottie? Because she was only 10 away as of yesterday from hitting 350. Speaking of which, guys, thank you for showing up to support our friend Kathy C. Payton. She's got another new video out today. If you guys could check her out. Dottie only needs 2 more. So if there's 2 people here who could subscribe to Dottie, Dottie's laughing, Nightmare and Eric. Roger says, don't give up, Skits. Thank you for that, Roger. Nightmare says, hey, Roger, I'm dealing with a TBI at the moment and have been for the past 3 years. Would love to hear about your journey. Sampa says, I've grown some homemade shrooms. Are we talking about, what type of shrooms are we talking about? Dottie says, I suffer from anxiety and used to feel people laughed. But I changed my mind, set and pushed the haters away from my head and started to love myself again. Hey, Dottie reached out when she was going to quit her YouTube channel. She was literally bullied off of YouTube. And I felt bad that she was bullied. I also felt sad that she was going to uh, retreat from YouTube, even for a short period of time, because I love Dottie's channel. Um, and here's a little miracle that happened. A day later, I think it was might have been a day later, Dottie reached out and said, "Nope, I'm not backing away. I'm not giving up doing the thing that I love because someone is trying to make me do it. Stand on my ground." And now, bigger and bolder than ever, Dottie comes roaring back, defying anyone to bully her. You know how you overcome bullying? Forgive, move on. Move on. You notice one thing that Dottie said that changed her mind, meaning it was a change of thought. The entirety of A Course in Miracles is asking for the miracle to change our mind. That's it. Can we perceive the world a different way? Can I perceive myself a different way? Because it starts with you. If you want a different world, don't go out and try to fix things, because it just creates other problems. We talked up above about the butterfly effect. It works both ways. If you go out and you try to fix things, including yourself, then who knows what mess might develop down the line. But here's what you do. Go within and forgive. Forgive how you perceive the world, and everything changes. Everything changes. Nathan, my friend, how are you? We will let Nathan, if he wants, reveal his identity. Here's what I know. Nathan is here to do a good deed. All right, Skid says, "Hey Roger, that is some journey, my friend. How you doing now? And thanks for sharing, brother." Dottie says, "Skits, don't worry about what people think of you." It was a bestseller in the 1980s, and I have the book somewhere still. I never read the book, never got around to reading it, but I bought it because I love the title. What you think of me is none of my business. Awesome title. What you think of me is none of my business. There you go. Sums up the entire journey. Any thought that anyone ever has about you resides entirely in their head. Anything that you believe, what they might be thinking, resides entirely in your head. Why do you want to have it there? Now, here's the thing. We can easily say, why do you want to have it there? Get rid of it. It's not always easy, especially if you are suffering from any kind of anxiety where those thoughts just keep replaying and replaying and replaying. So don't fight it. If you can't get rid of the thought, don't fight it. But here's the key. Here's the magic. You don't have to believe it. Just because you think it doesn't mean it's true. Could be the exact opposite of truth, which is also called a lie or an untruth. Regardless, it's just a thought. It's not reality itself until you act upon it. Emerson said the ancestor to every action is a thought. A great book by Wayne Dyer on the Tao Te Ching, the title is Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life. And I agree. However, thoughts are stubborn things. They keep resurfacing, especially when you have anxiety. So here's to start. You are not your thoughts. You're not your thoughts. You are the observer, the witness to the thoughts. You are pure awareness, spaciousness, capacity, untouched by any thought, untouched by the thought of any other person, untouched by anything. In Buddhism, they call it our blue sky nature, our clear sky nature. Is the sky ever affected by a cloud, storm or otherwise? It is ever affected by an airplane or a bird or the reach of a treetop or the mountaintop? It is certainly not affected by me trying to slam dunk. The sky is unaffected by me trying to slam dunk because I know that I ain't getting up very high. It's not worried about me even in the least. Let's see. I'm behind, but here's what I catch. Give me a wrench, sir, and I'll do it. Easy enough to fix. Easy enough to do. Eric says 6 days is tough. I've only done it in 10 days. Universes are tough to make, and burpees are a little harder. Burpees are just a little bit harder, that's for sure. Hey, on a serious note, look what Eric Lapointe created on YouTube in a short amount of time. Absolutely, I think the most impressive journey on YouTube I've seen might be Eric Lapointe's. Question is, in 10 days, did you take the time to create a wombat in your universe? Did you create the universe in 6 days and then contemplate wombats for 4? Should I? Shouldn't I? I don't know. Or was it the Runaway conundrum? On the 6th day after the universe, Eric Lapointe was like, man, do we really need a Runaway in the universe? Maybe I should just step back. Let me think about this. Let me give it 4 days. Let me take an extra long weekend. My great hope is that Runaway is actually watching this conversation, but I know he isn't. Otherwise, he would have swooped right in. Skid says, I know, Dottie, it is hard to, but being here in this community and having the advice from all of you, good selves, has helped a lot over these past few weeks. That's good to hear, Skits. Nathan says, any chance of modding me up on the account, on this account too, so I can sub to Dottie? Certainly. I don't know why I didn't just think of that. Sorry, guys. I just logged myself out of this conversation for a second. I blocked myself, believe it or not. You know what? Probably deserved it. It's about time. It's about time somebody stood up to me and blocked me. And I'm glad that I was the one. I'm glad that I was the one to do it. I'm glad that I finally had the courage to do what none of you people were capable of doing, to stand up, declare myself a menace to this live stream, and block myself. However, it didn't stick, and I'm back. So let's see. I did that because I went to add our friend Nathan as a mod. There we go. Skip says, inspirational Dottie. What courage. What courage from Dottie. Absolutely amazing. Roger says, Eric, you and Jason on point. Keep going. I need the determination for myself. We are here for you, Roger, in any way that we can be. Nightmare says, for some reason, I can't click the links or navigate to people's channels from here. I subbed to Dottie yesterday, but I had to manually type it into YouTube, which is hard to find certain channel. It is hard to find. I've had to do that too. Dottie says, we will support each other, Skits. We're all your friends, and we are here to help you on your journey in any way. Hey, Sabine, how are you? And absolutely, Dottie, 100%. Sorry, guys. Live stream looks a little dark today. I don't know why. Speed says, hello, Yogi. Eric, hey, how is Timo's wrist? Skit says, thanks, Dottie. You're all good people, and it warms my heart more than anything. So I need to get StreamYard, I think, because I'd love to, I mentioned this before, I would love to do, what are they called? Not a panel, maybe a panel. Who knows? But to have Skits up next to me and just to talk, and then say, guys, Skits is going to do a song for us. Just to see if, we can help put each other at ease, and then you take the floor. Let's see. Eric says, yes, panel. Gotcha. All right, Night Watcher, I know why you can't do that. You can't do that because you're not a moderator. I have been accused by our good friend Night Watcher that I give out mods willy-nilly, which is absolutely true. And as I mentioned to him, my entire life has been willy-nilly. Everything I've done's been willy-nilly. So why shouldn't YouTube be any different? Not saying that I don't need to be careful sometimes. Nathan says, Eric, have you ever heard the term Nur? Means 600 years, and every Nur came a great man and was known throughout history. I haven't heard of that. Interesting. Where is that? What languages does Nur originate from? Hey, Optimob. Timo, how are you? How's the rest? My cat's complaining to me about something. Nathan says, Nathan is the 350th. Thank you, guys. Way to turn out for a friend. Speaking of friends, guys, don't forget our friend C. Payton. $350. Congratulations, Dottie. Dottie literally had to rebuild her subs from ground zero. Roger says, hi, Timo, Sabine, and Bax. Can't forget Bax. Sabine says, okay, Nathan equals Squirrel Sniper. There you go. What gave it away? Dottie says, thanks all so much. Hit 350. Absolutely. Skip says, thanks, Eric. A panel would be awesome. Just need to figure out how to do it. Hey, Leonard, how are you? Hello, ladies, gents, yogis. Donnie says, listen still. It's technical in my kitchen. Skip says, I have set notifications for C. Payton. So when whenever they post, I can watch. For some reason, I don't always get the notifications from Kathy. So every once in a while, just skim through and check. Eric says, hi to Leonard. So what's one little thing that, we can ask ourselves that we can do to support someone else's channel? And if it's not a channel, if that's not your creative thing, maybe it's something else. What can we do? Optimov says, it's my pleasure, Leonard. Glad that you like it. Eric Point says, I don't get any notifications. Wish I would. Yeah, it's strange because I don't get them either. I have asked, because I'm friends with Kathy on Facebook, I've asked her to send me a message whenever she's going to post something. We get a short from Optimom for Leonard. Nice. That's awesome. Skid says, I recently emailed Jace about supporting other channels. Nathan says it's Arabic, I think. Timo says I try my best with supporting. I gotta admit, Timo's best, Sabine's best is pretty awesome. They set a high standard in support. You could not ask for better friends than Team Optimob. That's for sure, 100%. Daddy says, just making sure you ring the bell. Check you haven't been unsubscribed. Yeah, whenever I think of someone that I haven't seen for a bit, that's the first thing I do. And sometimes it seems that people will slip between the YouTube crack. Skip says, I need to learn how to post people's YouTube onto my community page. If you go look at the screen where I'm on right now, and underneath you should see a little gray box that says share. You click on share, and it'll say share on a post, create a post. When you do it, make sure that you tag someone. Make sure that you tag the person that you are sharing so they can thank you. I often don't get notified, and then I find that someone tagged me. I always feel bad that I don't stop by to thank them. And then if you want, you could also share on Twitter, on Facebook, whatever other apps you might have, I made a point of sharing your videos out on Facebook and Twitter, just in hopes it catches the eye of, a music fan. Or there might be a super agent out there, a talent agent out there, who sees my channel and they think, well, this guy doesn't have anything to offer. He's old. He's bald. What could he do? But maybe I'll just check anyway. And then he sees the super talented skits on my Facebook page. That's how it happens. You never know. Then it says, I'm donating a very hard to find Sholem book. Wow. To a kid that needs to learn self-control. Good kid from a different channel. Nice, Leonard. That's awesome. Eric says it doesn't try me clicks links now. What do you mean, Eric? Timo says if anybody wants the video for uploading on your own channel, I can send you the video by mail. Thanks, Timo. Oh, Mina Skits. Gotcha. Then it says, oh, and we donated helmets for the last 3 years. Wow, awesome. Daddy says, Skits, it's straightforward. You share the link and paste to the community page. Hey, Daisy, how are you? Daisy says, hi, Yogi. Stopping by for support. Busy today. Gonna leave you up and running for a while. Much appreciated, my friend. Timo says, yes, put by example. Aaron McCarty, maybe a picture and the link of the stream, premiere, or even channel. Yep, absolutely. Skit says, I see. Thank you so much. I wondered if I could just share it and whether it would automatically tag them. But now I know. Thank you so much. I can share you all to my community page. Nice. I think it was Nightmare who pointed out yesterday that community pages are becoming a social media platform in and of themselves. So if you're not posting videos right now, or if you don't want to, you can still have an awesome platform sharing it in your community pages, all the stuff that you like. Let's see. Roger says, what is your page, please, Yogi? I missed the link. For my, for YouTube, Oh, for Facebook. Got you, my friend. Give me 1 second. Man, I love making, I love deepening the connections. If you guys, anyone's on Facebook and they want to connect, Rick Point says I hit the share, and it shows me every app but YouTube. Does it say above the apps? Does it say share in a post? And then is there a black oblong? Is that what it is? Oblong? That says create a post. Of course, I'm doing this from a desktop, so. Timo says, Skits, I can make a tutorial for you. Posting a link on community page. That makes me smile. I've gotten tutorials from Timo, and they are informative, and they're funny, and they're also heartwarming, because Timo is such a great guy. He's so sincere in wanting to help people in all different ways, helping me pronounce things in German, helping me across the board. Anything that I even like casually mention on YouTube, on a live stream, not even thinking about it, and I get an email from Timo saying I can help, or doing a tutorial already to help. Timo and Sabine, the most sincere, kind people on YouTube. Let's see. Roger says, hello, Leo. Glad to see you, brother. Then it says, great place to find you around. Good people. Absolutely. Timo says, Skits, you have my email. If you need any help, let me know. Hey, be confident. You're here early today. Don't normally see you in the afternoon. Confident says, I've literally been in a lot of your friends' lives. Awesome. Timo says, Eric, it is always funny, and I think it's the easiest way to help. It is. It really is. Dottie says, right, guys, we'll be back later. You take care. Thanks for hanging out, Dottie. Congrats on the 350, my friend. Confidence says, Eric, I got a bit of bad news. I didn't know at first if I wanted to share it. So basically, remember how my cat died? Well, my other last cat just hit by a freaking car. Oh, man, Confident. I'm so sorry. That is heartbreaking, my friend. My heart goes out to you. My heart goes out to you, my friend. Let's see, everyone's saying hi. Jacob says, still here, Brother Yogi. Background, appreciate that, Jacob. Skit says, be confident, hi. Sorry to hear that, my friend. Hope you're okay. Skit says, bye, Daddy, much love. Eric says, sorry, B. Confident says, oh, Yogi, I'm almost always in every single one of your live streams, but only certain times do I chat. Well, I appreciate hearing that. Timo says, like tutorial 4711, seeking German. I need to review the video again because I'm not going to pronounce that. Berserk Schooner Tiffen for Geiger Meister. How did I do? Exactly like that. Hey, Theme. Theme says on my lunch break. What's for lunch today, Theme? Optimob says, not seeking, speaking. Speaking. Gotcha. Austin says, Optimob, speaking. Not seeking, speaking. Gotcha. Let's see. Be confident says, guys, I know I've just suffered the loss, but I'm confident that I'll still have a good life with my daughter. Oh, you certainly will. 100%. And it is a loss, for sure. Heartbreaking for your daughter, I'm sure, too, as well. Confidence says, yes, also in the 5 a.m. ones. Well, not everyone shows up at the 5 a.m. ones. I always appreciate them when they do. 5 a.m. Live streams are, I think, some of my favorites. Optimop says, Eric, it sounds really funny, but it's a hard word to pronounce. Here's a question. It's hard for me. It's impossible for me. Speaking English. Speaking as our friend on the 5 a.m. live stream, Max, says, Eric Knees. I speak Eric Knees. Is it difficult for you to say in German? Is it difficult for German people to pronounce some German words? Optimab is typing with one arm. Let's see. Confidence says, Optimab, I speak German, English, and Spanish. Multi-talented. I'm from the UK, though, and live in Mississippi. Confidence says, I just got a notification that my comment got a heart from Austin. Austin's a good man. Simply says, your 5 a.m. is my 10 a.m. tea break. Works well 3 times a week. Nice. And I always enjoy having Squirrel Sniper. A moderator extraordinaire. Optima says, it depends. Some words are hard to speak in German. Yeah, there's a lot of words difficult for me in English. Like is, they, and. Confidence says, I love this channel. Yeah, man, I really appreciate that. Confident, thank you so much. Eric Point says, so yesterday I was joking around in live and said my goal in life is to blow up and act like I don't know I don't know nobody. Riff Raff. And Jacob said he would support that. He is nothing but support. Jacob is support across the board. He would even support your snootiness with his hurt feelings and yet not take it personally at the same time. That's how helpful Jacob actually is. Leonard says, German is hard. Try Finnish. Hey, Leonard, do you speak Finnish? Confidence says, Eric, you can do that, but I know you would be fooling around. Roger says, why doesn't Santa have kids? He's only coming once a year and does it down a chimney. Hope that gives someone a laugh. That just gave me a laugh for sure. Confidence says, Roger, done subscribed. Nice. Semper says, then after Finnish, then Greek and Welsh. Is Welsh difficult? I always thought that Welsh might be like slightly related to German. Confidence says, Jacob is very supportive, I've noticed. Yeah, he is a friend to all. Timo says, Leonard, in Finnish, you speak the words how they are written. For German, is that easier? For a German, that is easier. Gotcha. We got some smiles from Eric LaPointe for Be Confident. Then it says, yes, we all, yes, we all do. What's the hardest word to pronounce in Finnish? Then it said, indeed, Optimab as written. Confidence says, Austin, hat Grad off meinen. That's about the best I can do. I think the only thing that I actually pronounced was off. Oh, I missed a comment from Optimab. What makes it so hard is the grammatical. We say to one tree, Drabam. If it is plural, you have to say D-bomb. Bomb. I'm singing the Christmas song in my head, Oh Cannonball, to make sure that I get it right. It's so much more rules. Fortunately for me, being the rebel that I am, the first thing I did was decide, man, I'm going to use whatever crayon I want. And I refuse to stay in the lines. And two, I'm going to break all the grammatical rules. I'm going to be a rebel through much of my life. Honestly, guys, I speak impeccable English. My grammar is perfect. However, wanting to live up to that rebel reputation that I've developed, I mispronounce words purposely, just to show you guys I don't care. It's the kind of guy I am. I'm a daredevil. I'm a daredevil with the English language. Leonard says, oh man, laughing. Let's hear it. Let's hear what you got. Confidence is laughing. Sie and sind gut an Deutsch, Yogi. Deutsch, guten Deutsch. So I got the ha. Atma says, Leonard, some of the heavy stoves are made in Finland. So I know a bit of these companies. Man. Leonard says, how about Metalinen Ostakari? Ostakari. How did I do? Metalinen Ostakari. On a scale of 1 to 5. 5 being the best. Leonard says, shopping cart. Wow. Sepa says, try Welsh Town. Holy cow. Sepa, let me ask you a question. Can you pronounce that? Miracle Maker says, what time is it there? It is almost 2:30 in the afternoon for me. How you doing, Miracle Maker? Welcome, my friend. Miracle Maker, I am subscribed to you. Do you know why? Because I like your channel. I like your channel name. Sniper says, this is no joke. Yeah, I didn't think it was a joke. But I wonder if you can pronounce it. Then it says, hey, very cool. Can't import them to the US. Miracle Maker says, in India, it's 12 a.m. You are up late, my friend. Confidence says Ikwell das nicht. That's it for me, man. I can feel my tongue cramping up just trying to pronounce it. Roger says Greek is not said how it is written, is not said how it is written, sorry. So you must not only know the symbols, but the word. My mother is Greek, and I've been at a loss to learn. Well, that does sound tough. So you multilingual people, what do you think? Is Welsh the hardest? That seemed what Squirrel Sniper posted unpronounceable. Confidence says hi to Squirrel. Roger says, let's help Miracle get to 50. I just made it 44. Nice. So, guys, if you can help Miracle, if you can help Roger help Miracle, please do. 3.5. Got to do the R. Gotcha. 3.5 is not that bad for my first attempt. I've definitely done worse. Let's see, Roger says in Yogi 45. Hey, Miracle Worker, you still with us, my friend? For some reason, I'm only seeing 42. Timo says a stove made of soapstone has a weight of 0.8 to 1.5 T. What is the T? So the shipping is expensive. Yeah, I bet. What's up, Jacob? Then it says, yes, man, I cannot afford nowadays, maybe in the future. And it's such an old tech. I love them. Jacob drops the link for, who do we got? Oh, for Miracle Worker. Thank you, Jacob. Nathan says, greeting Miracle Worker. Miracle Maker. Sorry, guys. I got you, Optimob. T equals ton. Yeah, and shipping anything that has a T after it sounds like almost like an impossibility. Miracle Maker says, what is happening? Not much. We're here to help you get to 50 subs, if possible. Optimop says 1,000 kilograms equals 2,204 pounds. Hey, here's a question for you guys. It's concerning measurement. Do you know what a pood? Do you know what a pood is? P00D. Then it says no Welsh. Time, patience, try. Holy cow. What's that mean, Leonard? Nathan says, Miracle Maker, new sub. Daisy says, hi, I've kept you up, but I'm here for a bit now. Well, thank you. Daisy says, how are you today, Eric? Daisy, I'm doing pretty good. How about you? How's your day going? How are you? How's the pup? Optimop says now 46 subs. See, I'm just refreshing the page. Yep, now I see it. It's updated 46 subs. Awesome, guys. Oh, Miracle Maker says, stop subscribing, please. You got it. Daisy says, I'm good, thanks. And she's awesome. She is such. I got your page up right now. Such a cute girl. Timo says I can help with some magic. I think he's deciding that he does not want any more subscribers. Nathan says, "Pood's Russian, isn't it? It is. Kettlebells were originally measured in pood. It was a farming measurement. Kettlebells were actually originally a farming implement as a counterbalance. Then someone noticed that, hey, this is sort of like a handle, and I can do stuff with it." Miracle Maker says, begging, please. You got it. No more. We're done. Miracle Maker does not. Hey, do you want us to unsubscribe, my friend? Just let us know. So, Miracle Maker does not want subs. Got you, my friend. Daisy says, oh, you're so kind. Thank you so much. You're welcome. We get a salute and a peace sign from Nightmare. Corey Johnson says, I ripped a massive fart during my weekly yoga class at my gym. I can never go back. I find that hard to believe. Not that you did that. People do that all the time in every yoga class. They literally have a pose called the wind relieving pose. And there's 2 of them. And you got people relieving wind over and over and over again. Try doing that in a Bikram yoga class when it's 104 degrees, sealed off room. They're literally not just passing gas, but they're cooking it. You think farting once is bad in a yoga class? Try a room full of people doing it repeatedly in a 104 temperature room that is sealed. No escape. You are literally breathing in air that was just moments before in someone's butt. How is that for a unpleasant? Oh, Leonard says, means jet engine assistant apprentice. Optimop says, I see 48 subs. You don't want any more, right, Miracle Worker? Nope, he said no more. Roger says, Miracle Maker, no disrespect, apologies. We get some laughing from Erica Point. Leonard says, finish, compress a lot of words together as one. It's a nightmare. Yeah, I bet. Daisy's laughing, says that's funny. Corey says, I'm not joking. It was an accident. I'm so embarrassed. It happens. You're in a room full of yogis. No need to be embarrassed. Again, honestly, they have wind relieving poses which help people do that. Yoga and yogis are all about the natural expression of the body. No reason to be embarrassed across the board. Honestly. I've seen young, old, people in all different shapes and sizes, men, women. All of them have done it. All of them have done it. Here's the key with yoga. Yoga, and we can even read it in the Yoga Sutras, Patanjali's Yoga Sutras. Yoga is about the seeing through the vacillation of the mind, seeing through the mind's motion. So what a perfect opportunity for you to truly practice yoga. Don't believe the thought of embarrassed or embarrassing. It's just a thought. It's just a thought. Let go of that thought. Go back to class. You're a yogi. It's the ego that's always embarrassed. And the entirety of yoga is seeing through, not eliminating, seeing through the ego. What a perfect opportunity see through the ego. Who is it that's embarrassed? Is it the ego? Keep asking that. Who's embarrassed? Who is truly, truly embarrassed? And if the answer is I am, then who are you? Now you practice in jnana yoga, the yoga of wisdom. Austin says, hi, everyone. Sniper says, Corey Johnson just mentioned you are a yoga instructor at that certain posture. Absolutely. There you go. Excellent advice from Squirrel Sniper. Corey says, should I just fall on purpose whenever? No, not necessarily. But accidents happen. Hey, if it happened to someone else, how would you react to them? Would you be compassionate? Would you maybe walk up to them and say, if you saw that they were embarrassed, would you be empathetic? Would you walk up to them and say, hey, accident? Shrug it off, my friend. Daisy says, yep, everyone does it. Everyone but me. Sorry, guys. I've tried. I tried to fit in, but I can't do it. All right, I made that up. I can do it. I've done it before. Everyone's done it. Hey, Corey, thank you so much, my friend. Much appreciated. Extremely kind. Also says, I'm looking forward to getting monetized and getting 1K soon. So you got the 500. You can get monetized with 500 now. We just need to get your watch hours to 3,000. I'm working on it. Nightmare says, great, Corey. That's what you would advise. It's a thumbs up. Jace says, greetings, Eric and family. Greetings, Jace. Speed says hello to Jace. Daisy says, dude, I gotta run. Have a good laugh today. Thanks for that. You're welcome, Daisy. Thanks for hanging out. I'm just gonna talk for 5 more minutes. Daisy says, take care, everyone. And Eric. Thanks, Daisy. Let's see. Corey said, thanks for making me feel better about it. Absolutely. 100%. Man, that's what we're here for. The only reason that at first when you came in to make light of it is because literally it happens to every single person in a yoga class, one time or another. You can't do, seriously, you can't do a wind relieving pose without having a 90% chance of it occurring. Yoga puts you in awkward situations. There's a lot of internal pressure. You know what, though? You're cleansing yourself out of the gas. It's an awkward subject to talk about, but it's an important thing to talk about. The fact that it happened was good for you. The fact that you were embarrassed means now you can let go of the ego and you can get down to seriously practicing yoga. It's out of the way. Don't even have to worry about it. Jay says, Corey, you legend. Daisy says, yep, I try to help them not feel embarrassed. Absolutely, Daisy. Daisy's got a good heart. Emily says, free Palestine. I see you speak about anything other than freeing Palestine. It's true. You're right about that. Sniper says, Corey, I would have given a sly golfing clap and a smile. I love that comment from Daisy. Yep, I tried to help them feel not embarrassed. What a great thing to happen. Something like that. Because now you got that empathy and you can do exactly what Daisy said. You can help someone else feel not embarrassed. Timo says hi to Daisy May. Eric Point says, I decided to do 105 pumps today. And I was thinking I have 30 down to 70 to go. Never trust a fart. That's an important thing. It's one of the first things they teach you in ultra running. Never trust a fart. Was this on? This wasn't on video by any chance, was it, Eric Lapointe? Man, that's a lot of pumps. Jay says, Emily, waving, it is a difficult subject. If only there was an easy, peaceful solution. Jacob says, you got this, brother Eric Lapointe. Roger says, Emily, please realize that there are American hostages there. In a perfect world, would you take one of their places? Jason's laughing with Eric. We got some links dropped. Eric Point says, really, Emily, everything but. We have talked about it. Mainly, when people come in. Here's the thing. You can talk about it all you want. It doesn't change the situation over there. It doesn't change the situation over there. Is there anyone in this chat who is unaware of what's going on there? Absolutely not. Does that mean that our heart doesn't break? Absolutely not. Any death. I always go back to John Donne, No Man's an Island. Any small death. I'm tempted. I'll read it on the next live stream. I don't want to break the conversation up. Anything, though, affects all of us. The micro affects the macro. But you can't suffer enough to end suffering. You can't punish someone enough to end punishment. You can't. You can't. None of us can. Any of that. As Jay said, which was an easy solution. Here's the saddest thing of all. There is an easy solution. Admit mistakes were made. Refuse to make any more. To say what Jace just said, I don't know. I don't have an answer. But I don't want to kill people anymore. So we're going to stop. And we're going to ask you to stop. And we're going to sit down and we're going to make some concessions. And you're going to make concessions. Neither one of us are going to be happy with making those concessions. But it's better than killing people. It is an easy solution. Nobody wants to make it. It's an easy solution for all of us. Let's create a world where it's an impossibility for something like that to happen. And it starts with you. It starts with you, Emily. And it starts with me. Are you doing that? And I don't mean that in a, challenging way. But are you? Let's see. Leonard says, help others always. I got a proper education at home. My mother's motto is Ole Hava, Ole Lempi. His mother's Greek, by the way. Mota ala Pascha. Translate, be good, be gentle, take no shit. Beautiful. No one can say it like the Greeks. Optimop says, in chat, friends, maybe on Sunday. It's not a premiere on my channel, but a live stream with funny videos from our studio, living room. I can't edit at all. Gotcha. Understandable. A live would be awesome. Hey, spending Sunday evening with Optimob is all I ask. However that might be. Space says, right on, Leonard. That's a good solution. Sniper says, Emily, we could also talk about the West funding Israel for the last 30 years. And now the West funding the groups fighting Israel. You can see where this is going. Timo says, right on, Leonard. We got some link drops. Leonard says she has old values, Sabine. Emily says, yes, squirrel, we are aware it is funded by the West. Man. However, Almost everyone's aware of it, or they should be. But if you have a message, if your message is peace, then live your life peacefully. Be that message. Be the change you want to see in the world. You can go into live streams and chats and make declarations, accusations, point fingers, and shout, and it makes not a bit of difference. The war goes on. Do you want me to get up in arms and go to someone else's live stream and shout and make declarations and accusations there? And you think that is going to solve the problem in Israel and Palestine? It's not. It just creates more problems. Jacob says, thank you for having me on your live stream. Once again, Brother Mr. Yogi. Truly appreciate it. Much love and respect. Big salute. Big salute to you, my friend. Then it says, we'll watch it. Optimop says, right on Squirrel Sniper. Emily says, Squirrels, we cannot get to that conversation if these types of people keep ignoring the entire conversation. But there's part of the problem, is these type of people, that there's such a thing as these type of people instead of people. So as long as we have minds that keep separating and keep people separate, then we keep having conflict, and we always will. If you want to get biblical, since Cain and Abel. If we can go even farther back, since the separation from the Garden of Eden, metaphorically speaking. Honestly, I don't see me picking up the baton from Emily and going to someone else's live stream and shouting would make a bit of difference in ending the conflict in Palestine and Israel or in Ukraine. However, living my life in a peaceful manner, I don't know. Try it. See what happens. Roger says, thank you for the insight, Yogi. Just like the war in Ukraine, if we didn't send them weapons and money, there would be no conflict. Putin has asked for a resolution for months continuously. Jay says, hey to Roger. Leonard said, there's so much knowledge here between all the spectators. We need more of this. Jay says, unity in the community. Absolutely. Sniper says, Emily, you have totally misunderstood. You receive what you project. Absolutely. 100%. I'm one of these people as you talk about. And here's the secret. We are all one of these people that we're talking about. My question is, no, it's not a question. Maybe it is, but I ask this sincerely. Emily, what are you doing to help end the war in Palestine? What are you doing to help free Palestine? Because it's not happening here, and it's not going to happen on YouTube. It's not going to happen on YouTube. My suggestion, save this conversation where it will make the biggest difference. Everyone here is aware of it. Everyone here is aware of it. So that's actually something to think about. Emily, use your channel. My channel is utilized for peace. My message of peace. But use your channel as your voice, your message. As much as you won't like to hear it, I refuse to accept any invitation from anyone to pick any side over anything. My own world, the world that I no longer wish to perceive, but want to extend. I want to extend from love and not project, is a world of love. I can only do that for myself. And I can hopefully maybe inspire someone else to do it, who will inspire someone else, who will inspire someone else. Does that mean that, I don't know. I don't know what it means. I know everyone suffers, and I don't make distinctions. Suffering is suffering. Sabine says, Emily, if you want a conversation about the subject, make a live stream and talk about it on your own channel. Absolutely. We all know what is going on. Thank you, Sabine. Hey, and if you do, Emily, please tag me and I'll be there. I will support your message. But the thing is, you honestly didn't show up here to get anyone to change their mind. You showed up here to show everyone, hey, look at me. I'm the type of person that stands up against injustice around the world. And I absolutely admire the fact that you stand up for injustice. However, here, it's just about attention because it makes no difference. The war continues. Satisfies your ego. Look at me. I'm fearless. I'm courageous. I'm standing up in the face of other people's ignorance. But it makes no difference. Now take that same thing and make a difference. Make your voice heard, as Sabine said, on your channel, and I'll support you 1,000%. I will share you out. Even if I don't agree with it, I will say, here is a young woman. Here is a woman who has a courageous voice speaking her mind. That's the best I can do for you, my friend. Hey, Reaper. Good freaking morning. Awesome to see you, my friend. Nightmare says, I don't mean to go against my friends in this chat. Sorry, I'm Free Palestine. No one here is not Free Palestine. No one here is not that. It's not about that. There'd be no... Nightmare, you're a friend. There'd be no reason for you to leave. Not a single person here has said, nope, we don't want Palestine to be free. Nope, we are pro-Israel, we are pro-this. I'm not anti-anything. I used this example before. I'm going to put this example out there, and then I'm going to let it go. I'm going to go make something to eat. We can talk about it later, or we can skip it all together. Decades ago, people asked Mother Teresa to march against the war in Vietnam, and she refused, which pissed everyone off. How could the great advocate for peace against suffering refuse to do so? And she said, because when you are against anything, you only lend your strength to it. You perpetuate a war and a world of negativity. You're only feeding into it. However, if you have a march for peace, not only will I join in, I will lead it. So there I am. And with that, Reaper's on its lunch break. Stopping by to say hello, everyone. Reaper is killing it. Union job. Union, baby. Hey, Mir, my friend, how are you? So the last thing on the subject. Guys, there were some of us talking about the issues Palestine before some of you people were even born. Think about that. There were some of us having these discussions on earlier forms of social media. Nothing ever changed. Rich says, salute Eric Point. Rich, my friend, how are you? Leonard says, I'm kind of sick and tired of wars. Can we stop it now? We're all on the same planet. I'm with you 100%, Leonard. You know what? Squirrel Sniper had an excellent point. We receive what we project. Are we at peace within ourselves? As long as we are not at peace in ourselves, we will be projecting a world where it's okay for people to be at war. There was a great thing someone asked to the student of the Course in Miracles, why did God create a world in which it's okay for wars to happen? Why did God create a world in which children can starve? Let's talk about that, guys. Children go to bed every night starving. They will not wake up in the morning. And we find that perfectly okay. So we can talk about Palestine and Israel, freeing Palestine. We don't want to talk about starving children. I'm a vegan for ethical reasons, but you don't see me devoting every conversation to the ethics of veganism. Everyone practices what they can practice. Everyone does what they can do. Here's the thing. God did not create a world where it's acceptable for children to starve. We did. God did not create a world where it's acceptable for genocide to happen. We did. How's it going to be fixed? When we change. And every change starts with the micro before it goes to the macro. Every change is individual. It's individual. When the individual changes, they cease to project a world in which it's acceptable for people to kill each other. One person at a time. One person at a time. Emily, that's my message, and that's what I talk about on my live stream. You're welcome to come in here and shout whatever you want, but that just perpetuates a world in which conflict is projected. All right. Reaper says, this is as angry as Eric will ever get. This is true. That is as angry as I will ever get. And it's not so much anger as I'm passionate about it as well. I'm passionate about having a world where genocide is an impossibility. And what I do to change that? I change myself. Change myself. Nightmare says, us humans have a lot to answer for, sadly. We do. We can fix it in an instant. We could fix it in an instant. Imagine if, in a moment, we all collectively decided genocide is no longer acceptable on anywhere. Anywhere. Imagine if we declared right now, I will no longer entertain a thought that it's okay for a single child to go hungry to bed tonight. And I will do everything possible to make that happen. And how do we do that? By, again, changing our thoughts. Reaper says, man has a lot to answer too when this shit is all over. Yeah, we do. And it says, oh man. Void Reaper said, what's up? Not much, my friend. On a different subject. Raiders. Reaper thought that he was going to get a bigger yell because I was all worked up. Take that energy and focus it on the Raiders. And I would have. I'm still recovering from when I did that. If you guys weren't there, I got a YouTube short. I got a video of me literally shouting out Raiders. But it's been 2 weeks. It's been 3 weeks. And I'm not 100% recovered. It literally shook me to my core. Honestly, not just my physical, my soul was like, what the? We didn't expect that. Nightmare says, I think people want actions, but sometimes don't know the right way to go about it. Absolutely, 100%. Then it says, war's end, good sense prevails, the stars are ours to colonize. Amen to that. I'm a little iffy about the colonizing, as I think we've made a mess over our colonizing. Let's heal the earth. Let's heal each other. That's the prayer that I read, starting off the live stream. Eric's Point says Eric's soul had left his body when he yelled. That could be. That could be a possibility. I've felt different ever since I've done that. Boyd Reaper says, quote of the day. Optimob says, good news. The number of the day is 97376. And then it is a 100K channel. One subscriber. How do you eat an elephant? Just a horrible metaphor for a vegan. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. How do you get to 100K channel? One subscriber at a time. See, Nightmare says, any of my football-loving Brits in the chat? And by that I mean soccer. Then it says, godly task. And yet, it is our task to perform. Our task to perform, my friend. That's why we're here. We're walking each other home. You know what? I couldn't ask for a better walking companion than our friend Leonard. Roger says, 833-923-6090, Salvation Army, all-day marathon. All money to 200 victims directly. Nice. They are pooping in buckets at the hospital and need water and food in Nashville. I donated this morning. Hey, thank you for that. Let me copy and copy that number. Thank you, Roger. Much appreciated. Milka was just in Nashville less than a month ago, actually. Roger says, no hungry kids. 1,000%. Boyd says, tough times never last, but tough people do. Here's another quote. Even tough people don't last, guys. Optimob says, bye, everyone. Nightmare says, peace in chat, Eric. Just realized I'm a mod. Thanks. You earned it, my friend. And that's how you earned it. Being a friend to everyone here. And it says, thank you. Sepper says, better to be the soldier in the garden than the gardener in the battlefield. Maybe. Awful lot of good farmers in World War II. My dad being one of them. And it says, really? Let me get that number too. There's the number one more time. Speed says, I have to go. Take care, everyone. Have a good night's evening. Bless you all. Bless you, Sabine. Yep, we're going to shut things down, too, for the afternoon. I'll be back in a little bit. About 2 hours or so. Appreciate you. This is my longest live stream in quite some time. Generally try to keep it like an hour or so. But hey, appreciate the discussion. We were all over the place today. And I appreciate the fact that you came along for the journey with me. Leonard says, have a great day, Sabine. Optima backs. You too, Leonard. I'm going to see everyone later. All right, guys? Take care. Eric Point says, yep, farts and war. Farts and war. No wonder Ozzy Osbourne sniffs ants. Guys, thanks. Take care.